my colleague Peter is going to share some slides that explains why we are trying to do this and look at other towns that have done it. Peter.
Thank you. This is quick. It's meant to be quick. It's a really fast run-through. What I'm going to talk about, though, is public space in cities. Public space being those parts of the cities where civic life takes place, where people meet, people fall in love, where exchange, commerce, activity, movement takes place. And because of the huge amounts of demand on public space, it's probably the most difficult area to design of anything in the work that we do. Got it. Right. This is a space that does work. This is Berlin. What you have to know, this is February, 8 o'clock in the morning, it's minus 4 degrees. Not a sophisticated design, but a bit of public space is actually working. Next one. Again, we know what looks good. Keep going. It can be simple. Keep going. It can be quite sophisticated. Keep going. But actually, it is also about very, very crisp detailing and implementation of very high quality taken down. Keep going. It's about how you animate public space, how you use it, how you light it, and how you choreograph it. But we all know when it doesn't work. Sadly, plenty of examples of this. And this one, and the sign actually says, you can't read it, it says public space, no parking, just in case you didn't know. And it's because of the importance of public space in a very competitive global environment that a lot of cities are now beginning to use public space to set out their stall. I'm going to use one or two examples. Barcelona, at the time of the 1992 Olympics, the waterfront as it was redesigned. Keep going. Huge investment in public space, a high-quality design of public space, creating this extraordinary city. But actually, that is what they've gained, a phenomenal turnaround in the economy of Barcelona due to this kind of investment. Another example, Chicago. This was the link between the Central Business District and Lake Michigan. This is the redesigned Millennium Space, with buildings designed by Frank Gehry, sculptures by Anish Kapoor. And again, the Americans understand this. A cost of $475 million, but they've worked out nearly $6 billion return in economic worth because of this kind of investment. And I'm going to look quickly, just 3 or 4 examples of public spaces that work. It needn't be on this kind of scale. Trafalgar Square, you probably know. The decision was made to take one wing of the gyratory out and create a world-class space. This is Kensington, and this is Exhibition Road. The decision to close Exhibition Road, effectively putting in a shared surface, reducing the traffic, removing a lot of the car parking, and creating a very, very special space, which adds huge value to this part of London. This is a small space. It's in Brixton, the centre of Brixton, as it was, as it looked like. Again, a gyratory. That's where the A23 used to whiz around the centre of Brixton. A redesign I was involved in, a design for London, a very, very simple redesign, unifying the spaces, rethinking them, removing the gyratory, going back to two-way traffic. Again, very, very high quality attention of detail, creating a space out of almost nothing, but a space which critically works at night. And it has become the civic centre of life in Brixton. And then another whole branch of the way we look at public space is how you choreograph it, how you manage it, and how you can make things happen to enrich what is otherwise just a platform. And recently there's been a lot of interest in things like pop-ups, temporary uses and temporary activities. And this is an opportunity to move beyond pure design to start thinking about how you really activate and get fantastic value from your public spaces. Example of a temporary Lido in Southwark on an old car park, transformed a year later into a garden centre on the same space. Markets, farmers' markets are great. You can have them anywhere. This is a Sunday market on the Autobahn outside Cologne. If the Germans can do that, then it does push what's possible to new limits. This is another German scheme, the flying grass carpet. This is a rather drab square in Essen, to completely transformed for the day. Utrecht, the Dutch do it too. This is pop-up street furniture. You can configure your street furniture hydraulically into anything you like in terms of tables and chairs. You can have sport in the middle of the city. And in the case of New York, very, very simple and very effective public space program driven by the Mayor of New York and the Commissioner, where actually they closed streets like Broadway overnight, painted the surface, put down deck chairs and planters, and the next day you have public spaces. And this is an example in London I was involved in, just off Topical Road, another place which is car parked. This is a temporary landscaping, creating a space which breathes in the city. That's all I wanted to say, except to say that it's vitally important. It's how a city presents itself, and it can be a huge amount of fun, and sometimes beautifully unexpected things happen. Thank you.